What's going on, everyone? It is your boy Fishlocker, the Nice Joe here with our final week of Red League. As of recording this video, guys, I have not played weeks 9 and 10. 9 has yet been decided, which obviously you guys will see in a future video on week 10 probably. So I'm breaking the fourth wall immensely with this type of styling. So let's go. So I haven't know if I got a fourth win or not for week 10. But basically, if we did, we have to win weeks 10 and 11 to clinch a playoff spot, or at least win one of our two games here to clinch. But each game is going to be tough and everything, so we're going to give it everything we have. But with that being said, let's go ahead and break down our week 11 and final team builder videos. Before we do that, though, if you are excited, if you are new, hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to join the Fishlocker crew today, because you be for reeling with the king and the crew. So, with that being said, let's break down my opponent's team. I actually forgot to pay attention to what his team's acronyms stand for, so I apologize. But my opponent's team consists of Mega Nancy, Rotom Wash, Victini, Dragonite, Sandaconda, Galarian Slowking, Scizor, Swellow, Sawk, and Zarude. So a bit of a Trick Room team here, a bit of a bulky offensive set team as well. So, relatively interesting matchup. He only has 2 Stealth Rockers, which is very interesting for this matchup. He does have 3. He's got 4 Defoggers, so really pressured too much on having to remove his own hazards, which is going to be relatively good in this type of matchup. But looking ahead his match, Zarude, I really don't think comes. Zarude, in my honest opinion, does not match up well against my team. Zarude kind of just loses to a bunch of things on my team. But the stuff that Zarude is going to be scared to bring, I'm not bringing them, so hopefully Zarude stays home where he belongs. Sawk, I don't really think Sawk comes at all. Sawk really doesn't match up too well against a good couple of things on my team, because a couple of my teams do just wall Sawk in general, and can just really put on the pressure versus Sawk in general. Swallow's that one Pokemon that's really tossed in the air. Here's the thing. We shut down Boom Burst on his team. There's 2 reasons why we do that. 1, we do that with Celesteela on the switch in. And 2, we do that with Zeraora clicking Plasma Fist. So once we click Plasma Fist and he tries to click Boom Burst again on us, we get that because the Ions go into the next turn. So, and plus we're going to be faster unless for some reason he's Choice Scarfed. But he could run a Gut Set. Gut Set actually would be not that great versus me, if I'm going to be completely honest. But it could be something to be expecting nonetheless from him, because he could try to change it up. Because I do know when Gut Swallow is better versus me versus a Swallow that is more so better offensively versus me. Scizor is a bit of an annoying mon this week, but I don't think Scizor... The difference between Mega Scizor and Scizor in this matchup, Scizor has the ability to run items, but I feel like regular Scizor and Mega Scizor don't match up well against my team, and the reason why I'm referencing Mega Scizor is because last week in week 10 we had to face a Mega Scizor. We had Mega Scizor on our opponent's team, and we had to prep for that. And the reason why I don't think they match up too well versus my team is that I feel like the coverage on my team is really good. I have easier ways to kind of counter and over-predict on them and kind of whittle them down. So I just felt like, Scizor's on my way. But I could definitely see regular Scizor come versus us if he's looking for kind of like a bulky offensive pivot mon in this game. So definitely some note right there. But looking at his team, I think Mega Nancy definitely makes sense. Mega Nancy is very problematic versus my team offensively. He does speed tie with my Mega Latios, which is a big issue, but we do force that thing to run max speed versus us, unless it's going to force him to really think about being creative this week. I think Rotom Wash comes, Rotom Wash shuts down Donphan, because if you look at Donphan kind of just really goes well in this matchup. Donphan puts on so much offensive pressure, which I think is really good as well. So I definitely think Donphan is going to be a very interesting bring nonetheless for his team to break. So I definitely think he needs Rotom to do that. Victini, I definitely think Scarf Victini definitely comes versus our team. It's a very smackdown Pokemon that can hit us our team. Now, I do expect probably mixed Teeny versus, full banded Teeny, or choice with being choice scarfed and everything like that. I don't expect him to be fully choice banded or fully physically offensive. Like, I could maybe see fully physical offense, like Fusion Bolt, V-Create, U-Turn, maybe Zen Headbutt, but I don't think he would really bring Zen Headbutt versus my team. And then I would say, like, Dazzling Gleam would probably be the last move for him, so there's that. Dragonite, I definitely think like a heavy duty boots Dragon Dance Dragonite set could really mess us up if we don't have the tools or the answers per se to take it out in that type of regards. I think Sandaconda's a really good mon versus us. I think he has to bring that to stop Zeraora from doing anything. If he does not bring this thing, my Zero Aura will literally just claim almost a KO every single time in this game. So if he doesn't bring that, that's going to be a big issue. And I think Galarian Slowking. Galarian Slowking is just a really good wall versus our team on the special side. You can kind of wall out my Mega Latios. It can kind of wall out my Celesteela, essentially, as well. If we're in special, it can also stop special Zero or with Grass Knot as well, in case we had to prep it for the Anaconda. So that was the team I expected him to bring. So I expect him to maybe change it up, maybe not, I don't know. But let's go ahead and break down the team we are bringing this week for potentially our very last game of this season. We're bringing the Tilted Towers, excuse me, as we always do. 80 in HP, max attack, 36 SPDF, 140 defense, 140 SPDF with the sassy nature. We are running no speed. We're running kind of like a bulky offensive Celesteela this week. We are running the Oka Berry so that way we can take the hit from the Victini, which is really good as there. We're running Giga Drain, Earthquake, Heavy Slam, and Leech Seed. The 3 attacks I have right here just destroy his team offensively. They just do. He can't beat this thing offensively like the way I have built it. We're running no special attack investment because it's not really necessary to run special attack investment. I should, in theory, with my natural offense, be able to kind of 2-8 KO Rotom depending on the investment. If it's got Spadef, max HP is probably a roll or two to get the KO and stuff like that. So those have to keep note right there. Earthquake pretty much hits about everything on his team for a good amount of the super effective damage, like Slow King and Victini, which is really important. Heavy Slam destroys, the good old Mega Diancie. And when you have Leech Seed, they're just going to give some reliable coverage around the team and will definitely force him to not set up. And it does force him to have to prep for my team and switch out consistency, which is good for us there. I'm actually bringing Zero Aura, the Avatar here, with sub 3 attacks with knockoff Plasma Fist. And why do I have Plasma Fist on here twice? It's supposed to be Play Rough. Or do I even want Play Rough? I'll think about that. But it's not supposed to be Plasma Fist. I'm just saying right now. I don't know why Plasma Fist went on there twice. And it's just anyways, we have 52 in HP, max attack, adamant 88 in defense with 116 speed. Just like last week, this does outspeed the entirety of his team. There is nothing that's faster than this thing, except +1 D-Knight and Scarf Victini. Other than that, this thing just blisters through his team offensively, and I definitely think Zero Aura can put on a good pressure offensive-wise. Excuse it, offensively wise, and I definitely think that we could put in a lot of good work with Zera. I'm gonna figure out what this last move was supposed to be. I mean, I could take off Plasma Fit. I could take off Play Rough because Play Rough would only really hit the one Mon, which would be, what's his name? Dragonite. But then I could maybe add something else. So I'll leave this slide open to remind myself about that. So we'll move on to the next one, though. We're bringing him again, Cyclops here. Cyclops, this is his only second time coming to this week. And Cyclops' matchup doesn't really match up too well, but here's the idea with Cyclops here. Cyclops is going to be a very mixed defensive wall. It's meant to be a little more physically defensive than specially defensive, even though we have a lot more SPDF investment made in. We are running the Bold Nature. We are running that Will-O-Wisp, the Hex set like we did last time. But this time I'm bringing a little something spicy. I'm bringing some Trick Room action to this matchup. Trick Room is a very interesting bring on my side for this matchup, because he does have a few pieces of his team that can counter Trick Room really well against me. Like there's Slowking and everything like that. But we do have some answers to Slowking, and Slowking is crudely pressured to this matchup to bring something. It has to bring its Poison Stab. It has to bring a Fire type move. It has to bring either Skull. It either has to bring Psychic. I could bring. No, hold on. It definitely has to bring Psych. It has to bring a Sludge Bomb move. It has to carry something to hit my Jet, which again it can just do a Sludge Bomb or something like that. He needs something for Donphan, so he can either be Psychic or Scald. I would say he either needs Shadow Ball or Toxic within. So the good news is I think we pressure this thing not to be AV in this matchup, which is gonna be really, really good. I can see something like Black Sludge recovery options and stuff like that. I can also see maybe Trick Room offensive. Trick Room offensive, I don't think really does that well versus my team, especially when I can take advantage of Trick Room itself as well. But basically, with Will-O-Wisp and Toxic, we either cripple something down or we just weaken something down. And then Hex, again, is just super really good. We are running max HP, 112 in defense with the Bold Nature, 116 speed depth, and the 28 special attack. Again, Dusclops is more meant to be physical. The Ghost typing line is more meant to be more physical. But with the best thing about Dusclops only that 10 split rate, it can run as a good special attacker. And I feel like this utility bulk set is just a really good set versus a team that's got a lot of bulk and also a lot of offense. I'm Mr. Ring Donnie the Don Fan here with that good old rock polish set, baby. We never got to show this off 1 week ago, and we didn't get to show it off at the I think again, but this time I'm hoping we get to pop it off, man. Because this is a good set. We are running Adamant Nature with Sea Bomb, Earthquake, Ice Shard, Rock Polish. Ice Shard is there to be able to Shark Dragonite and his ground typing. Sea Bomb's really good for Sandaconda and Rotom Wash. Even helps with the chipping of Mega Danzy as well if you really wanted to, but Earthquake just annihilates that thing. And overall, I think just Earthquake spam is super strong in this matchup. Ice Shard is really good to stop the Protori and really weakening down things like Swallow in case it tries to do anything against our team. We're going to 96 HP for bulk, max attack out of it, and 160 speed. The 160 speed lets me be faster in every single thing on his team that's not Choice Scarf, which is really to the good. Again, we have naturally good defensive, so this is going to be a good physically defensive wall. Now, against things that are special, it's going to be a problem in that type of regard. We are running the sturdy ability, just in case if we do somehow get one-shotted from anything up and beyond, we do live that one hit, and basically get a revenge kill if we really wanted to. So I'm next, we're bringing Jet here. We're bringing kind of bulky Calm Mind offensively. We're bringing Calm Mind, Roost, Dragon Pulse, Energy Ball. Now, with this set, this should hit about everything on his team for super effective to neutral damage. Dragon Pulse basically hits some of the stuff that we don't hit super effectively / neutrally, but Energy Ball hits a lot of his team that we want to hit. If you look at this team, the only thing on this set that doesn't hit his team super effectively is just Dragon Pulse. That is the only move in our set that does not hit his team. So basically, instead of going for Speed Tide War with the Mega Danzy, I wanted to be slower than Mega Danzy and get my Calm Minds up. Because that way I can go for the Energy Ball, knock that thing out, take hits better from the Mega Danzy, and then go for an offensive sweep. And plus, with going Calm Mind, I can get some Roost going on as well. I can be a reliably annoying mon against this team. We are max HP, 18 special attack, 106 speed. We are faster than Victini, so if Victini stays in, I guess, it goes faster, it is reviled to be Choice Scarf. Victini in that type of regard, which is going to be really fun again. He could run U-turn, but I feel like U-turn's a bit of a passive move versus me, especially when I have things like, Mandibuzz and stuff like that. I think having like a special offensive coverage move is going to be really good. Plus, if he doesn't even have the coverage to face my team, that's also a really good problem. But honestly, Jet can really be potentially a good, setup breaker if we needed to go in that route. And last but not least, we are bringing my girl, my baby kitty cat, Callie here, the Pro Ugly with Iron Tail Facade, Player Up, Super Fang, 16 HP, max attack, and 240 speed. This does outspeed every single thing on his team except for Choice Scarf. We are going to run the Fake Fat ability to be able to take a V create at least once from Victini, which is really good. We do have the Super Fang to go 50% on most of his team. And if he wants to try to burn me with his Rotom or anything like that, I've got Facade, boy. I don't care about what you do. Iron Tail there specifically made for the Mega Dancy, and then player up there for the Dragonite. It also hits things like the Sawk. It also hits the things like Zarude in case they do show up for some reason. So the goal is to hopefully weaken something in half and then finish it off with normal stab, go for an Iron Tail, or go for a player up. One of the two. And I think Callie can honestly put in a lot of good work this week. But that's for the team, guys. Hopefully we do pick up another win. And if not, then you know what? It was a fun season. And we took over a team, and we got to use some new mons, like we got to use Dusclops, we got to use Per Ugly, which I never thought I would use again. We got more fun usage out of things like Zero Aura and Celesteela. We got to use a little bit of Mega Latios as well. I think this ultimately just ended a good season. So whether we enter the playoffs or not, I had fun, and I wish there were some games I could have taken back and won, but hey, they are where they are, man. But yeah, leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the Fro Shocker crew. But until next time, guys, I'm Fro Shocker, the nicest hedgehog. I'll see you guys later. Peace.